Hi everybody, today I've been working on this picture and this is from Colouring Heaven Farytopia Special by Mystic Art Mirrors. And as I don't have many sci-fi themed books and my theme for this month is sci-fi, I've been turning this girl into an alien, one of the Na'vi aliens from the Avatar film. And as you can see, I've worked on this pit here and trying to figure out which colours I would use for her skin, the blue skin, and her hair, and I think I finally figured it out now, so I thought maybe you guys might want to know what colours I was using and stuff to transform this lady here. And here we go. The basis for her skin is the Ohuhu marker, and this is B030 Frost Blue, and this is just the very basis for the pale blue of her skin. And the reason that I thought she would look like a Na'vi or an Avatar alien, if you will, is these dots under her eyes. I thought could be the like white dots that they have, and I think it's supposed to be war paint along her cheeks, but I thought it looked like the stripes that the Na'vi aliens have, so I went with it, and hopefully it will work. It seems to be working so far. But yeah, it took me quite a while this morning to try and figure out exactly which colours to use. There was a bit of trial and error involved there. Just try and quickly get this marker base done. I know it's not the most interesting thing to watch. The marker is seeping through into these little dots here. It does tend to bleed a bit on this paper, but hopefully the white gel pen will cover that for us with a bit of luck. Although sometimes the white gel pen colours like blue and pink, maybe red especially, tend to bleed through and turn the white gel pen either a pale blue colour or pale pink. Maybe that will happen, I don't know. Hopefully it will stay white. There we go, that's the pale blue. And for these dark blue areas, for the stripes they have on their skin, I have exaggerated the colours a little bit because this isn't a totally realistic illustration, so I've exaggerated it a little bit to make these colours really stand out as being different. Oops, a little bit more on that side. Okay, they have little pink noses, these aliens, so I'm just gonna go in there with the pink. And for her lips, I'm going to be shading that with blue to see how that will work later. Hopefully that will look more like the aliens from the movie once I've shaded it. And her hair, they have black hair, these Na'vi aliens. And what I like to do when I'm colouring black hair is give it a... Oh, sorry, that pink. That pink was RV260. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. And as I was saying, for her hair, I like to give a base of Prussian blue, a really dark blue. This is P85. I like to do that and then shade over with white for the highlights and black for the shadows. Maybe a bit blue, a Prussian blue pencil, something along those lines. So I'll just show a bit of her hair as well, so you can see how I've been doing that. I've got the inside of her ear there. The inside of their ears do seem to be pink as well. We'll hopefully tie all that in later. And their eyes are orange. So this one is YR33, which I thought would work quite well as a base colour for her eyes. Maybe I can use the pink for this little part of her eye here, tear duct. There we go. And because their noses, they're not shaped like our noses, they're more shaped like animal noses, like a cat, I always think. So I've straightened off her nose here just by drawing a line with the black fine liner. And I'm going to try and cover up the line art with a bit of white gel pen along that edge. She'll cover it up and hopefully just look like a bit of a highlight along the edge of her nose. And there we go. And for the shading on the light blue of her skin, I was starting with this, I'm using Arteza pencils, I was starting with Shadow Grey, that's A010, just to basically map out where the basic shadows are. And then shading on top of that with more blue colours. And I'm going to try and have my light coming from the top right, because whenever someone's face is in 3/4 view, that's what I like to do, so I can just throw this part of the face into quite strong shadow and leave the light shining on like the main part there. Shadow, like their nose, it's very square. A cat, like I said. So I'll try and make that look like she has a bit more of a square nose to fit in with the kind of alien sort of anatomy that I'm trying to go for. Shade into her lips a bit with this grey as well, I think. Because when I looked up pictures, the lips did seem to be kind of have pink undertones but shaded with blue, so hopefully I'm going to see how that actually works. This side of her face would be in shadow. I usually like to try and leave a little bit of a highlight along the edge of the jaw at the bottom there. Just helps us separate the face from the chin. If the chin is, especially if there's a strong shadow, pretty strong shadow on the chin like there is there. Okay, now I'm going to try now going into over the top of that grey with a little bit of periwinkle blue, A502. Just gives the blue tone to that grey a little bit more. Seems to be working. I am sorry, by the way, that there was no video out on Saturday this week. This is because I did do another Doctor Who picture and I tried filming it, but my tablet really wasn't working. It would film for like maybe 20 minutes or so and then just freeze and shut off, and I was colouring for at least 45 minutes, close to an hour, before I even realised it had shut off. So there wasn't much point, and I did try starting again. I thought maybe I could just explain what I've done here, but it did it again, which wasn't too helpful. So I've been through, I've deleted all the files from the gallery, the films and stuff, pictures I had recorded on there, in case any of the files were corrupted. This is indigo, I'm going into these darker stripes with, in case any of the files were corrupted and that was causing my filming to be weird and like not happen. Hopefully that will have worked and I'll be able to get this video out, but I don't know, I'm not very technological minded. I did restart the tablet as well, just a soft restart to see if that would help, because that's what Google told me, so I tried it. So hopefully it will work. I will be able to get this video out for you guys. Yeah, I do have a darker grey I've also gotten out. There we are, A012, that I was using for the very dark shadows while I was colouring her body. And for the lighter areas I have sky blue, A500. So now it's blending. What I like to do with skin is blend either with a light shade, depending on the skin colour that I'm doing, either with a light shade of the skin colour or with a white if I want a pale skin. I do love Mystic Art Mirrors when you just want something that's pretty simple, not realistic. Okay, let's try shading those lips in with the blue. Should make them more purple, I would imagine. But in the pictures that I saw, they were pale pink kind of tinged with a bit of blue for shading, so I'm hoping that will work. Could even shade with a little bit of pink. Let's be watermelon pink. Just going to use a little bit of black here. As her face is going off into the shadow. Try and emphasize those lips a little bit more. It's looking better. Just trying to emphasize the square shape of her nose there a little bit more. I think I might add a little bit of this watermelon pink to her cheeks. I do like to give my ladies little blushy cheeks. Let that pink colour of her lips and her nose look a bit more natural. Just shadow grey. Just go in with the white gel pen. Moving up her nose, which I think we achieved by going with the indigo and then going over with the white. Carry that pink maybe up a little bit, blend it into the blue. These dots are white, so just covering those with the white gel pen. We add a few more deepest shadows like here on her eyelids behind this jewellery. I'm going to go in with a little bit of black. Just emphasize these stripes on the side of her face. Again, going back to areas, if I feel it just needs a bit more colour, I'll just go back in. Oops, deepen this shadow in her nose. Okay, we have blood orange, A114. I got vermilion. I usually like to try and do little lines going into the eyes from the edges towards the pupil. Some garnet red, I think. Might need a bit of extra shadow. Can I blend that with the white? And how I try and make my eyes look a little bit more realistic is once I've done the white dots, or where the light is shining on them, I do a line across like that. And again the other side, just to show the light. I realise I've only coloured a very small part of her hair there. That's not really a lot to try and show you how I've been doing it, so I'll just fill in a little bit more with the Prussian blue. And for her hair, I've been shading with the ivory black and the white from titanium white from the Castle Arts Gold. I really like this black, it's really dark. Well, pencils I've got, it's the darkest black, the nicest black, I think. But I have ordered a polychromos black, so that one seems to be recommended quite well. I've just ordered one of those, and a polychromos white, so let's see how well those work once they arrive. And a few kind of highlights with the white. Then I was working into it with the indigo. Back to the white, and I think I forgot to mention that I have made a couple of little additions to this image. I drew in this circle just by drawing around a cereal bowl, and I added some more stripes onto her arm, just to carry on the tiger stripe kind of effect that the navy have. And that would be fairly dark because it's going behind her back there. Okay. Tiny little bits in there. You can just fill those in with the black. Just fill in a few highlights. There will be more highlights on this side, as this is where my light is coming from the right side. Then the indigo. And then put in those white highlights into the indigo blue, just to make it look like really shiny black hair, because when black hair is really shiny and really dark black, the highlights will look blue. When the light shines, the hair will look blue. It just shows how dark the hair actually is. Or in my head anyway. That's how I like to do it. And this strand is up, blowing towards us. So we'll make that one lighter, make sure it stands out from the other hair behind it. Get some blue, indigo blue. Okay, there we go. I've looked up or googled some photos of Neytiri from the Avatar film, and the feathers that she's got in her hair, they go from red and shade down into yellow. So I'm going to go into these feathers with the melon yellow, the same yellow that I used in her eyes, and shade, maybe shade on top of that with pencil, I'm thinking, see how that will work. Just following these lines out towards the edges. Not quite going all the way. Right, here I'm going to try and make these feathers with Vermilion, which is A115, Rose Red A205, and Garnet Red A213. This is the cream, the Arteza cream. Oh, I can't tell you the number, I'm afraid. I've used it so much that the number's worn off. I'm just using that to blend these feathers instead of the white. I think we might need a bit more of a paler yellow on those edges there. There we go, lemon yellow. Into that with the white gel pen. Just a bit more further we can have touch there. I'm just going over these white spots as well, just to echo what's on her face. Okay, I want to make this earring here a gold colour, and because I'm doing this picture for quickness, just for a quick fun picture to colour in, I'm going to cheat a little bit and I'm going to colour the whole thing with a gold Sharpie and then shade it with pencil. I'll put some white highlights in at the end just to show it's shiny. This is a dark chocolate brown Arteza pencil. I'm just going to add some shading to this Sharpie. Just a very quick way to do gold. I do have a gold combo set pencils that I like to use to do gold as well, but yeah, I just don't want to do that at the moment. I'm just doing it a quick way. That's also why I coloured over the pattern on the bottom part there. If it's something you don't want to colour, you don't have to. There we go. We can even add some black into the very deep shadows where it goes behind her face. I'm going to make this stone in her headdress the same kind of colour as the feathers. Give it the same kind of highlights that are in her eyes. Again with the dark chocolate brown. Haven't quite decided how to do these bits yet, or what colour that in the middle there is going to be, so I'm leaving that until I'm more certain. These feathers here, I'd like to have a more subtle colour to those, so I've picked out E280, that's sand white, still with the Ohuhu markers, and that's E220 sand. Let's see what we can do with these. This is the dark chocolate brown again. Let's bring in that cream. Maybe the tiniest bit of the garnet red. And some black. This is the Castle Arts Gold Van Dyke brown. I think I need to darken this brown a little bit more. Let's see how that works. Okay, for these leaves, I've googled some pictures and I found some pictures of leaves on Pandora that were green, but shading from red at the very tip going down to the light green. So I'm going to try and aim for that. And this is the green I've picked out to start them with, G220 lime green. I'm just going to give the leaves a base coat of that and then see what we can do. I have realised as well, after looking at a few more pictures, that her eyes are supposed to be more kind of greenish looking amber in the light, but it's my picture, she can have orange eyes. It works well with the orange of her feathers, so I'm going to keep it as this. This garnet red, I'm going to try starting these leaves off with the garnet red. Probably need to go over them with a bit more of a darker green. And see what we can do with this. As you may notice, I tend not to plan. I just go with what I'm feeling at the time and see what I can make work. Maybe look things up as I go along, and if there's something I like, I'll try that out. Maybe if we shade that with a bit of the brown. Could even bring in some black for the darkest shadows. This is the Sage Green A615, which I think might be a good bridge between these two shades here. It's a very desaturated green, so it might work. Try blending that with the green. Okay, not bad. This is just the black again, and I'm going to reinforce that red a little bit more. Try and blend it out into that sage green. See if the white will work better at blending. It's not the easiest to try and blend right into green, I must say. Decided I'm going to do a headdress all gold and maybe add some stick-on crystals at the end. I think I've got some orange ones and I think that'll work quite well. These twigs coming up off a headdress there, I'm going to try and make the same kind of colour as these feathers but without the tone, so see if that works. I'll probably add some grey to it as well to make it look more of a kind of wood twig colour. There you go, that's the sand white. This is the sand. I'll just add a little bit of a darker colour where it actually attaches to a headdress. I think this is pewter grey. Shadow grey. And finally, I think a bit of a Van Dyke brown, Castle Arts Gold Van Dyke brown. Being quite kind of rough with my strokes there to try and give it a bit of a bark sort of texture going on. For her background, I want it to be pretty kind of blurry and sort of dark, as if she's in the forest. So these are Arteza Expert watercolour pencils. This is charcoal, just to give a bit of shadow behind her. Charcoal, you can just about see the A120. I'm putting it down fairly thickly, so there's going to be a lot of pigment on the paper. But not being too neat because, yeah, she is in the forest and I want it to be a sort of bokeh sort of effect where it all looks blurry and you can't quite tell what's there, but it could possibly be leaves or forest. This is Forest Green A041. Again, I'm going to lay that on pretty thick, going over the grey, and make shapes that could be kind of leafy sort of tree shapes if you squint in the dark. Sage green. And I've also got Coyote, which is a 111. Some more of that charcoal grey. More kind of shadowy bits. Okay, let's try and make some sort of blurry effect that could be a forest. I've got my little cold water. I'm just going to activate these pencils, see how they all work together. Just blending out the strokes. Just adding a little extra shade back on top of these pencils now they've started to dry. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a bit now before I go back into that background with a bit of shading. Okay, so I went ahead and worked on this background off camera while my videos were uploading, and I'm pretty pleased with how that's turned out, considering it's the first time I've ever tried to do a bokeh kind of background with watercolour pencils. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with how that's worked out. I did go on and shade with the blood orange to try and bring the orange into this side of the picture as well, and I shaded with the green, this green I used here, which was sage green. I shaded a bit with that and a bit with black in the bottom, just to give a few shadowy areas, so that maybe that could be a bit of a forest going on in the background there. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with how she's turned out. Thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care and see you in future videos. Bye!